Good day, dear students. Today's topic is present simple. If you see at these pictures, the first picture, now they are looking at their books, but they read a lot. This man is eating an ice cream. He likes ice cream. They read, he likes, I work. All of these, the present simple. I, we, you, they, read, like, work, live, watch, do, have. He, she, it, reads, likes, works, lives, watches, does, has. With he, she, it, we use s at the end of the verb. In other cases, we use just a verb, like read, like, work, and so on. Let's see the examples. I work in a shop. My brother works in a bank. Not my brother work, because brother is he. That's why we use s at the end of the verb. Anne lives in London. Her parents live in Scotland. John has a shower every day. So we use es after s, sh, ch, like pass, passes, finish, finishes, watch, watches. If the verb ends with y changes into I and es. We add es, like study, studies, try, tries. Y changes into I. Also, do, does, go, goes. After O, we add es. We use the present simple for things that are true in general, or for things that happen sometimes or all time. The shops open at 9 o'clock and close at 5 o'clock, so it happens all time. The earth goes round the sun. It also happens all time. Always, never, often, sometimes, usually, we use in the present simple. For example, I usually go to work by car. Julia never eats breakfast. You must notice that usually, never, often, sometimes these words are used between subject and the verb. Let's look at these tables. This table is negative sentences and these are questions. Look, if the positive, I work. In negative, we say I do not work or I don't work. He works. He does not work. He doesn't work. And questions, do I work? Does he work? So let's see at examples. I drink coffee, but I don't drink tea. We use don't in negative. She drinks tea, but she doesn't drink coffee. After doesn't, we use just drink, not drinks. If in positive, we use as. In negative, doesn't drink. Not don't drink, we use doesn't drink. Questions. Do you play tennis? No, I don't. Look at the questions. Look at the short answers. If this question start with do, we use in the answer don't. Does Tom work hard? Yes, he does. Does Tom? Yes, he does. So, and let's look at the word order in the questions. The first place, question word like where, what, then do, does. The third place is subject, you, your parents, praise, and so on, and infinitive verb. So, do you work in the evening? Does Chris play tennis? Does, it's Chris because he. With he we use does. Where do your parents live? What does this word mean? Please remember the word order in the questions. And look at the questions with always, usually, often. What, or for example, do you always have breakfast? Does Chris often play tennis? What do you usually do at the weekend? If you notice, always, often, usually is used between subject and infinitive, in the middle of them. So let's practice. Task 1. Complete the sentences. Use these verbs like boil, close, speak, and so on. Margaret for languages. Margaret speaks. Margaret, it's she, that's why we use s at the end of infinitive. In Britain, the banks usually at 9:30 in the morning. Banks usually open. Aha, do we use open or opens? Open, because banks, it's plural, it's they. They usually open. So, dear students, you have 3 minutes to complete this task. Use these verbs, and sometimes you must add s at the end of the infinitive. What are you going to do? Complete the sentences. How many minutes do you have? 3. Task 2. Write sentences from these words. Put the verb in the right form, arrive or arrives. So, always early Sue arrive. Sue always arrives early. Sue, it's she, that's why we use s at the end. Basketball, I play often. I often play basketball. Do we use s with play, like I plays? No, because with I, you, they, we don't use s. So, dear students, you have 3 minutes to complete this task. What are you going to do? To write sentences from these words. And to put the verb in the right form, like arrive or arrives. How many minutes do you have? 3. Let's do task 3. Write the negative. Look, I played the piano very well. Negative. I don't play the piano very well. Jane plays the piano very well. Jane doesn't play the piano very well. So if we the word plays, we use doesn't play, not plays. Yes? So you have 2 minutes to write negative. What are you going to do? To write negatives. How many minutes do you have? 2 minutes. Let's do tasks 4. Write questions. Use the words in brackets. Plus do, does. Put the words in the right order. Where live your parents? Where Do your parents live? If you remember, in the first place, question word, then do, does, subject, and infinitive. You early always get up. We don't have question word here. That's why we start the question with do, does. Do you always get up early? If you remember, always we used between subject and infinitive. And one more example for you, please. How often do you watch TV? Dear students, you have 3 minutes to write questions using do, does, and put words in the right order. What are you going to do? To write questions and put the words in the right order. How many minutes do you have? 3.